Hello friends, or should I just say friend? I got one viewer. Anyhow, this is Yoshi's tank. I haven't found him yet today. He's in here somewhere. He's in a knoll. This is a 40-gallon tank. I know it should be a up and down, what you call it, a vertical tank, but I didn't have the money for that one right now. Right now I'm having a heck of a time getting this moss to grow. I got some more over here. It started to grow a little bit, and then it stopped on me. And then I got one of those vines back here, which I guess it's starting a little sprout, but the main part ain't growing too good. I think it might need more water, but I'm kind of afraid to drown all the critters I got in there. I don't even know how many isopods and springtails I got running around in there. And my biggest problem is they're not eating the lettuce and the carrots. They're doing okay in eating the rice and the yeast flakes, but man, they're just not eating that other stuff. It's sad that we are, but anyhow, I made this tank out of all Gorilla super glue and coconut fiber. And I just don't, whenever the glue is starting to puff up, I just don't smash it all the way down. I just, whatever part's starting to puff up the most, I just let it go, or I'll form it into like a shelf or something like I did back there. And then I'll just stick bark and sticks into it. That piece back there, the very back, was actually the bark of this big branch going across here. And what I learned is if you just grab the bark and slightly twist it, don't break it or squish it, just twist it and break it free and then slide it off the branch, you get a nice hollow log like that. Now I know there's a lot of lights in here, but he hasn't really picked a spot that he likes too much. Over here in the corner, this top up here is the heat bulb, and he'll stay in there maybe a half an hour, and then he leaves. He comes down here, which is just a regular light bulb that gets to about I think it's like 88 degrees, where the heat bulb back there is like a 91, 92, which is a little warm for him. But he spends most of his time under this regular bulb. I don't know if it's just because of the color or what, but that bulb only gets to 78 degrees. So I don't know if he just likes it more cold or what, but that's where he spends most of his time. So for today. Now this big fancy log back here was actually a balloon. And I just twisted the balloon back and forth, covering it all with the super glue and the coconut fiber. And then I just let it sit. I was going to break it the first day, but it seemed very, very thin. Look how thin that is. So I let it sit a second day before I broke it. And you can see it's blue inside. I'm having a heck of a time getting all the balloon out of there. But it came out pretty nice, I think. And then the rest of this is just bark that I stuck into the glue. Back there is where the glue kind of puffed up, and like I said, I just kind of squish it down. Unless it's really puffing up, I'll let that part go, and it just kind of forms itself. That's what I get. But not too bad. And then like down here, there's no water at the bottom down here. But you can see the soil is all saturated. And I don't want to drown all my little bugs and stuff I got going on in there. So I'm kind of stuck. But I do have to move. I wasn't thinking, and I put the water dish in last minute. So the water dish is on the warm side. I gotta move it over there. But oh well. See ya.